Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 131. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan, and I love to crochet and I love to knit and sew. More on that later. I do want to apologize if you hear any crazy things from the basement that's right below me. My husband is on a cricket hunt. So for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And those returning, I'm glad you came back. My husband is a pastor, and he is trying to write a sermon, and this cricket is driving him crazy. So he's been vacuuming, he's been doing all kinds of things like cleaning out, because it's like, so we have window units for air conditioners, place where it's stored. He's kind of under, the cricket's kind of under there, so he's trying, he's moving boards, like, it's loud. So, that being said, welcome. I feel like I've totally messed up my intro. What else do I say? Oh, you can find all my yarny goodness on my social media, which is linked down below. So my Instagram, my Ravelry page where I have all my designs, because I do like to design crochet patterns. All the patterns that I talk about, any fancy yarns that I talk about, they will all be linked down below as well. So if any of this piques your interest, you can go have a look, see what drew me in, kind of, I guess. So yeah, welcome. So glad you're here. It's already been a morning. I need a sip of water. So life stuff. Well, let's just say I'm of that age now where I have to go and get my yearly mammogram. So I had that this week. As if my life isn't stressful enough with everything going on at work and stuff. And I don't know, I was just in a mood when I was there. And it's like, I just wanted to punch the machine. It's like, you're hurting me. I don't like this. So my trick, this is what I've done both times I've gone, because I'm new to this. I've taken a stress ball with me. It's one that, I don't even know where I got it, but it's like a purple brain. Purple. So I just take that. But like, I have a couple of stress balls that I've crocheted. So I made just something just to squeeze, because it's like, oh, it's painful. I don't like it. But everything is normal. I'm good. So, that was right after I recorded last time. And then last weekend was Labor Day weekend. Ryan left on Thursday. He went to go help his parents move. They're moving into a senior community apartment building kind of thing. Better for them physically, because they're both getting older. And need a safe place for them. We'll just put it that way. And then, so he went west. And then Sunday, I went to church. We had somebody fill in because he was still gone. And after church, I went east and north. I went up to see my parents in Michigan. So that was fun. They too are in a senior community. They have their own house though. It's not an apartment. But yeah. And then this weekend we were actually supposed to be in Michigan right now, to celebrate my mom's birthday. My mom is turning the big 70. Wow. And the more I like watch my videos and edit them, the more I see her in me. I see her in the video. Anyway. So my mom will be living on for a while. Anyway, but things happen, and I think we're gonna go next weekend. Because I was like, the weekend after that, I have a hair appointment, which I could easily switch. It won't be a problem. But then the weekend after that is Dutch Fest, and I'm not gonna complain about it. I feel like this week, my coworker Tara and I were like, yesterday we were talking, I was like, we feel like we're caught up. Like this is good. I mean, it's good to be caught up now. So when emergencies and fires and all of these crazy things that happen with big events, when that comes up, we'll be okay because we're not scrambling to finish this or finish that or da 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 da. So we're caught up. But this week also, we had 4 interviews. So my team is down 3 people. So we're struggling to do the work of 8 people with only 5 of us. We're only going to hire 2 people. Although there was more talk of maybe the one thing could be split into 2. And it's like, we won't go there. So anyway, we were interviewing for the advancement coordinator, who would kind of be like admin, event help, actually probably take over the events, and marketing, like help be on the marketing communications team, because Tara is the only one. And then Beth and I try to help her as much as we can, but we're just not the marketing people. Like, just let me sit and do my reports with the numbers and I'll be fine. Events, not so much. So, but I did in every interview, I was like, okay, so if we do hire you, you will probably be starting the week of Dutch Fest, which is a huge event. We have 6,000 people attend. We raise $250,000 in one day. It is a big deal. Are you going to be okay being dropped into this? Because it's nuts. And of course, they're all like, oh, yeah, no problem. So after the 4 interviews, there were 2 that we were like, we really like them. We really like them. And so we were going to send them, HR sends them like a personality thing, and they go over things. And then once they're offered the job, they have to have a physical and fingerprinting and all this stuff. So realistically, they're not going to start until after Dutch Fest. Just not going to happen. So, excuse me. I'm going to grab a drink of water. So, I feel like that made it worse. So, we were like, okay, well, send it to these 2 ladies, and we'll go from there. And then yesterday, Beth got an email from one of the ladies that she was accepting another position, so we're just down to the 1. And so I'm like, I mean, that makes our decision easier, but she's also the one that's going to be out of the country during Dutch Fest. So it's probably going to be even longer before she even starts. But, oh well. I feel confident in that, like, I could have her go to the Dutch Fest meetings and me step out. Like, I feel like she could really take over the Dutch Fest aspect and the 5K aspect of it. Like, let me just take care of the sponsorships and the money that comes in, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. Anyway. So, This is the third time I've had to interview people while I've been at this job. I got thinking, of the 8 people that were there when I started, me, including me, I'm the 8th person. Beth and myself are the only ones left, which makes me the senior person on our team, one of the senior people on our team. I'm like, what? Although I am 44, so anyway, so with that, shall we get started with the yarny goodness? I think we should, because I have some finished objects to show you. Yes, I do. So this is actually a design that I made. I'm calling it the Rainbows and Feathers shawl. Don't worry, I'll give you a good detailed look of it. But I wanted to explain to you why I made it rainbows and feathers. So all my designs that I create are usually named after something of, they're usually inspired by a woman who inspires me, who has influenced me in some way. So yeah, so I name it after something that is part of their life, in a sense. So the person that the lady that this is after is Josephine Baker. She was a burlesque dancer. Yes, that's what most people know her as. But she was also a spy in World War II for the French Resistance. Like, her story is amazing. And then when she got older, she realized she did want a family. So she started adopting children from around the world. And she called it her Rainbow Tribe. Hence the rainbows. And then the feathers, because she was a dancer. Although I should have done something more with bananas. But anyway. Hold on a second. I should have my Josephine here with me, right? With her 18 bananas that I had to crochet. This is from the Crochet 15 More Iconic Women by Carla Matrani. I will link that down below. There's also another book. So there's a total of 30 women to crochet if you feel like doing so. Anyway, so there's Josephine. Where can I put her? We'll put her here. Oh, you can't see her. So yeah, so rainbows and feathers. I tried to do this last year. I had a totally different shape in mind. This is my previous design. This was me just trying things out, seeing what I liked. I wanted it to start at the big end and then you get smaller, and it's fine, but the problem with that is you run out of yarn and then you don't have, I wanted this to be like come all the way to a point and be that, but it didn't work. So yeah, so this is me trying different rainbows. This is me trying different things, trying to figure out what I liked. So that's that. And then I think I was watching Hannah, I think I was watching her podcast. And she talked about her Treasure Island shawl, which is this lovely thing. I highly recommend this shawl. It is so fun, so nice. And I got thinking, I like that shape too. Maybe I should do that. So that is what it is. Even though it is lace weight yarn, I still, it's warm. It is warm. Okay, so a la the Treasure Island shawl, this is how it starts. And basically, I did 2 panels. That's how I did it. So I started on the small end on both, and then in the middle, I did my rainbows. It's kind of hard for you to see with me in the way. And then I connected them kind of loosely. So the first panel, I have this lovely African progress keeper. That's where I was. So then that is the beginning of the shell or the rainbow. It's kind of hard to show you. And then here's the second panel. This is where I was, this lovely cicada. I can still hear that cricket, by the way. Yeah, so that's where I was on the second panel. So I finished that, connected the two. Voila. Let's see. Can I scoot you back? We'll scoot the coffee table back. Okay. And then I can show you better. Maybe. I'll sit down. Woo! Still can't see the whole thing. But it is so big. Okay, and then we'll put it back here. Okay. So I had been living in my Chitingi bag. When I was little, I was a missionary kid. I bought this when I was 6 years old. I sent it to Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craftcast, and she made it into a lovely bag for me. I actually have 4 more bags. And then she still has half of it. Like, it is that big. My pins are from Harry Potter. The weapon we have is love. We also have Walt Disney, keep moving forward. And then this lovely one, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Yeah, even though Josephine is from St. Louis area. Anyway, so the yarns that I used is Mode Knit yarn, and they're Mode Work Lace. This is all I have left, plus my little swatch. This is 100% superwash merino, and the colorway Night Music. It's a beautifully subtle rainbow. Not subtle, it's more of a saturated rainbow. That's the word I'm looking for. And then the mohair, which makes the feathers. This beautiful purple. Oh my gosh. I love it. It is from Leading Men Fiber Arts in the colorway Royalty. It is a lace weight. It is 72% Super Kid mohair, 28% mulberry silk. And that's all I have left of that one. And so, I do need to write it up. I already had somebody message me about testing. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this back on. You can see my lovely stitch markers throughout. There we go. So if you are interested, you can message me. My email is linked down below. It's lorilulu327@gmail.com. And as soon as I get it written up, I will inform everybody that wants to test. So, I'm loving this. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's not the shape that I was dreaming of when I first started thinking of this design, but I'm loving how it turned out. Yes, indeed. Second finished object. So last time when I talked, I was like, I am so close to finishing these socks. And I finished them, I think, later that night. So these are my Zauberball Crazy socks. They were living in this cute hedgehog Japanese knot bag. The yarn, love this yarn, is Zauberball Crazy from Shoppo. I think it's 75-25. Yeah, 75 wool, 75% wool, 25% nylon. The colorway is Indish Rosa, which is Indian Rose. I just love, like, it's showing up so pink on the screen. Here are my socks. So I usually do my socks 2 at a time on 40-inch singulars, but I didn't want to split this ball up. So I decided to try, for the first time, 9-inch circulars, and I was going to try going top down. I was not getting that to work right. So I ended up doing with a magic loop on my 40-inch circulars. I started at the toe, and then I increased to 65 or 64 stitches because I thought that was going to work. So these are a little bigger than what I normally do. I normally do 60 stitches total. So yeah, here we are. So last time I had this sock done, and then I was here on this sock last time you saw. So I love these socks. I want to get another ball. I really do. This was so fun. I mean, I flew through the socks because I was just doing one sock at a time, but then I had to start the second sock, which I didn't like, but I still flew through it. So I will say that when I got to the heel, I pulled out from the middle something just because I wanted the front stripe to just be continuous. I didn't want it to be interrupted for the heel. Does that make sense? I hope so. So yeah, so there's my socks. Now that I've shown you, I can wear them. And of course, now it's like 60, it's not even 60 degrees yet, and it's 10:40 in the morning. So it's not going to get that much warmer here in Chicagoland. But then, by next Friday, it's supposed to be 90. So, everybody's like, oh, fall, yay! And I'm like, I hate fall. Especially like right now when the weather cannot decide. It drives me crazy. Anyway. And then, I did promise to talk about sewing. Yes. I did some sewing this last weekend while Ryan was gone. I just kind of took over the kitchen. It was so nice. Lovely. Anyway, so I was going through my project bag stash. Actually, when we were moving the dresser from our room into the other room, and I was putting things away, putting my yarn stash in a dresser instead of having it being in a plastic bin. That was kind of nice. Although all the yarn, all the wool is in plastic bags because there are moths that have been flying around the house a lot lately. Anyway, when I was going through the project bags, I noticed I didn't have any cat bags. Why not? I need to have cat bags. I don't, but since our kitty passed away over a month ago now, I was like, you know what, I really want a cat bag. So I went to Joann's and I found this adorable cat material, like fabric. I'm like, what is this called again? Yeah, so you have these. I didn't want any cats that looked like our cats. And I just didn't want that. And I just didn't want that in my vision right now. We'll see in the future. But anyway, so here's this lovely one. Of course, I put on a purple bottom and drawstring. Oh my word, where are my words today? The ribbon that I found was this cute, although that one's upside down. That one's still upside down. Anyway, these cute paw prints. love it. And then, of course, since I'm a Disney fan, I got this cute Disney cat fabric. So you have Yzma, you have Lucifer, Sergeant Tibbs, you have all the little kittens from Aristocats. There's the other one. You have Duchess and Thomas. Sorry if I'm not even showing it to you. Charlotte's traumatized kitty. Yeah, I just love it. And on the inside, it's this cute rainbow paw fabric. I did run out of yarn, so I had to combine the two yarns, or not yarn, ribbon. Ran out of ribbon, so it has two, so it's a very dodgy bag. But I did have enough of this fabric to make two, so I made a smaller one. I really like this black. It's kind of like black with gray. So Dixie was black and Daisy was gray. So yeah. And then it's inches, and then I have a nice little handle too on this one. The other ones I forgot to put a handle on. But most of the time I carry by the drawstrings anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then so that's 3. I have 4. I had this fabric in my stash for a long time. I've been wanting to make bags out of this for a while. And if you watch Allie on Little Drops of Wonderful, she has this project bag that was given to her. Now we have sirens going. That is just, it is so cool. Like, I loved it. I love it. And of course it was made by somebody who's not selling bags, or otherwise I would be buying that bag. But so like the zipper goes this way, but the seam of the bag goes perpendicular to it. So I tried to do that myself, but without a zipper, with a drawstring. So the bottom of the bag goes this way, but it opens not quite perpendicular, but pretty close. So it actually like stays open really nice, like when you just have it sitting there. So yeah, I've had this fabric in my stash for a long time. Just loved how it looked. And then it has this nice white polka dot and sparkly. There's 2 kinds of fabric in there. And then I got a sparkly ribbon to go with it. So I got some sewing done. I was very excited about that, but I'm really excited about these. Okay, so that brings me to make some progress. I'll kind of clean stuff up here, but grab this one. And okay. So, make some progress. I have 3 that I'm working on. The first one is living in Made by Me bag again. This is a Crochet Granny bag. Can't even remember where I got because it's a retro Granny square. I'll have to see if I can find it, and I'll put it in the show notes. I'll link it down below for this Granny pattern. I have this lovely Chicago hot dog, but it's all made out of like yarn and notions. Can you tell? So in here is the Daisy Tea by Yay for Yarn, I believe is her name. The yarn that I'm using. Oh. Hold on. The ball band is in here. It is Cascade Heritage. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It is their sock blend. We'll go with this one. This one's not as pretty, but it's this gorgeous purple, obviously. The colorway is called 5719 because they don't put names on their ball bands, but if you look it up, it's violet indigo. I love this purple so much. So, this one's attached. Hold on. So, it is 2 panels, and then it's seamed up. So, let's flip it this way. So, the first panel is done. So that's where I was last time, and I finished all of this. This is the sleeve part of it. Kind of hard to show you, especially with with all these holes. Yeah, I did do an extra repeat on the body part because I want it longer, which means I'm now gonna have to go buy another skein, which I was planning to do in Michigan this weekend. But I will. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go next weekend, just because we kind of have to. Anyway, so started the second, and this is where we are. I have done 1 row of the pattern. Yeah, so real nice sweater there. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I had started that sweater. I started on my birthday. It's been in my queue for a while. I've had the yarn for a while to do it. But when my Daisy girl passed away, it's like, okay, I'm going to make the Daisy tee now. And then I was like, why not just do Daisy socks as well? So in here, this lovely bag that was made for me by my friend Lori. Hi, Lori. Are the Daisy socks by Debbie Ford. I have this beautiful badge from the Paris Olympics that my coworker Tara got me. She was like, I just didn't know if you guys would do pins or anything like that. And I was like, I put them on my project bags. Oh, good. So, the yarn that I am using, this one you can't quite tell. So I have it in a little kitty skein coat. This one's a little fuller. You can see the beautiful pinks. Where's the tag? It is RMR Yarn Co., which is my friends Yax and Rue. This is on their Super Fino fingering weight yarn, so it's 75/25. And the colorway is Azucena. And you can see it. Azucena, you can see I paid $30. Which is Spanish for lily. So, lily colorway making daisy socks. I like that connection. I was just gonna put this away and not show you where I am. I'm still new to knitting. I'm still trying to I'm learning new things. So this is a new thing that I'm learning. This lace weight thing. Oh, so cute. So because the pattern is top down, I do toe up. So my pattern is facing the opposite direction. And it is kind of hard to see it with this crazy yarn, but I don't care. I just love it. I love it so much. And you can see in the back how the yarn is looking. They're so pretty. What did I say? Oh, I'm doing less stitches this time. So they're going to be a little tighter on my feet, which is fine. Sorry, I'm all of a sudden. So this is 56 stitches. And honestly, if I had gone up to 60 stitches, I could have made it work. But anyway. So yeah. And I don't know about you, but like I crochet memories and knit memories into things that, like, I remember what I was doing when I started working on this pattern. Like the first time I did the pattern, I was watching Sense and Sensibility because my husband was gone and I had the TV to myself. So nice. Anyway, so those are the daisy socks. And then my last make in progress is actually a design in progress. This woman that, yeah, I just noticed my cicada is like really showing. Right, we'll hide him. Blah. No. Anyway, so this lady is Louisa May Alcott, the author of Little Women. So I'm calling this the March Sisters cowl. I forgot to bring the other one down. Shoot. So basically it is a knit, I'm designing a knit pattern. Crazy. So basically I have a different cable stitch for each of the March sisters. So if you only like Jo, you could just have her cable pattern. If you're fans of Beth and Jo, you can have those two together, whatever. Since I'm an older sister, I identify with Meg. So I've already made one with the Meg cable. So this is the first time I'm doing all 4 of them. I was going to try to work on it more this week, and I just wasn't feeling it. So this is the yarn I'm using. It is Yakagani DK, in the colorway Ravager's Funeral. So it's like gray and black with pops of neon colors. Here's where we are so far. So this is what the yarn looks like knit up. Gorgeous. So it's so hard on these short needles to show you everything. So I have this stitch marker here is to mark the beginning of the round, some books, which I thought was appropriate. Here we have, you can't hardly see it in this yarn. And honestly, I'm like, I really don't know cables that well to be designing a pattern with cables, but I'm trying. So this is the Beth cable. It is the Tree of Life cable. Why did I pick that one? It's not because like I was like, oh yeah, let's pick that one because she died. No, there was another reason behind it. I'll have to look it up. Then we have the Amy cable. Can you see it going through there? So, and then we have the Jo cable. This just looks like a jumbled mess, honestly. And then, where's the Meg cable? There it is. Yeah, it's really hard to tell, especially on this yarn. And of course, I may be screwing it all up. I don't know. Maybe that's why I just didn't want to work on it, because I just don't feel confident in this pattern. I should just get a solid color, which I do have one. I'll just think about that. So anyway, the cicadas drive me crazy. Okay. And that's much cooler anyway. Whew. It is currently 66 degrees in my house right now. Yeah. All right, so things to come. Well, there's not going to be much in the way of new stuff. Like, I really just want to work on my daisy sweater and my daisy socks. Work on that. And plus, with everything going on at work, just like, let's not have stressful stuff, because I do knit memories into things and I crochet memories into things. So it's like I don't want to have like a stressful thing knit stress into something, but I do need to make. So I have over on the other side, I'll put a picture here. Picture of Rapunzel and Princess Tiana and Flynn, or Eugene. I like to call him Eugene because that's his real name. So I do need to make a Prince Naveen. And so the book that I have, there we go, does not have Naveen in here. Nope. It has Prince Charming, Peter Pan, Florian, Kristoff, Eugene, obviously, and Eric. But I can figure this out. Like, I will mix and match from these. I think I wrote down like like Prince Charming's coat, the cape from Florian, obviously like pants and boots like Eugene. I was trying to figure out hair though. I might do Kristoff's hair and then like part it in the middle. Yeah. So Naveen will be started soon. And I was going to work on another shawl, but I was like, I just don't want to right now. Let's concentrate on what I've got, and we'll go from there. So that's the plan for now. And hopefully I can get some more yarn next weekend. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to sign off now. I've been yapping too long, and I hope this is loud enough for you guys. I still hear that cricket downstairs. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to go. I will see you all hopefully in 2 weeks. God bless. Bye.